Hello, hello. If any of you are hearing this, then not only are you been forced or planned on doing a challenge on completing the Ultimate Custom Night, which may be a bit easier said than done. Those of you who are intended on completing the Ultimate Custom Night, include 50-20 mode. All I gotta say is good luck with that. You're gonna need it. Anyway, so right now I'm here to give you all the info of what you need on how to prevent these animatronics from giving you a terrifying jump scare. So, I hope this is in any way helpful for all you who are actually trying to complete the Ultimate Custom Night Challenge, including Daco or Markiplier. Anyway, and those of you any of those who are out there to complete the Ultimate Custom Night and proving themselves as Ultimate FNAF players. Anyway, alright, here we go. Alright. Golden Freddy. When he appears after lowering your tablets, pull it back up quickly to get rid of him. Staring at him for too long will end your run with an unpleasant surprise. Helpy. He will appear on your desk at random when closing your tablet. Get rid of him quick, or he'll get up close and personal with an air horn. BB. He will try to sneak in through the side vent, and so you must close the side vent and wait until you hear a thud indicating he is gone. If BB slips in, he will temporarily make a nuisance of himself, disabling your flashlight until he leaves. JJ. She will also try to sneak in through the side vent. Close the side vent and wait until you hear a thud indicating she is gone. If Gigi slips in, she will disable your all door controls until she leaves. I called her Gigi for some reason. Nightmare Freddy and Nightmare. This tag team duo are invisible to the cameras and can only be seen when they reach the doorways. Fredbear takes left, Nightmare takes right. And even then, only their eyes are visible. Close the doors on their faces to send them back into the darkness. Phantom Freddy. He will slowly materialize in your office, fading in from nothing. Shining your light at him is the only way to make him disappear again. If he fully materializes, he will jump scare you and cause you to black out temporarily. Old man consequences. Better catch a fish. That is so vague. The marionette. If you neglect its music box, then it will break free of its prison. Once out, it can't be put back inside, and your ventilation system will drain much faster than it did before, causing blackouts and eventually a game over. Nightmarion. His presence moves randomly at different locations in your office as you play. It begins to reappear when your mouse cursor moves over him. Be quick to avoid the area of the office that he occupies, or your run will end with a jump scare. Music Man. He is behind you, always, and he is sound activated, which is really terrifying. If you continue to make a lot of noise, he will slowly become more active, crashing his cymbals together faster and faster, finally ending your run with a startling face-to-face jump scare. Nightmare BB. He sits in your office throughout the night, usually slouched over. When slouched, be careful not to shine your light on him. If he is standing, however, shine your light to return him to his sitting position. Otherwise, he will attack when you turn away. Happy Frog. Actually, you know what? Pretty much all the mediocre animatronics are in the overhead duct system, making their way towards you to give you a jump scare, ending your run. However, there are plenty of differences to be had with them. Happy Frog. Use the audio to hold her in place. She is fooled 100% of the time by the audio lure but is immune to the effects of the heater. And Mr. Hippo, he used the heater to repel him or the audio lure to hold him in place. He is fooled 100% of the time by the audio lure, but is slightly faster compared to Happy Frog. For Pigpatch, use the heater to repel him or the audio lure to hold him in place. He is fooled 100% of the time by the audio lure, but is slightly faster than Mr. Hippo. For Netbear, use the heater to repel him or the audio lure to hold him in place. He is fooled 50% of the time by the audio lure and is slightly faster compared to Pigpatch. And finally, Orville the Elephant. Use the heater to repel him or the audio lure to hold him in place. He is fooled 10% of the time by the audio lure and is slightly faster than Netbear. Springtrap. He climbs around in the vent system, making his way towards the vent opening embedded in the wall in front of you. Track him by watching the vent monitor. He moves slightly. Okay. Making his way toward the vent opening embedded in the wall in front of you. Track him by watching the vent monitor. He moves silently, so don't bother listening for him. But when he is poised to attack, he will see his face. Well, you will see his face looking back at you from the vent. Close the vent door on him to send him away. Molten Freddy. He also climbs in the vent system, but is much faster than the other animatronics when it comes to maneuvering his way towards you. You can track him on the vent monitor and can hear his laugh when he is poised to attack. Close the vent door on him to send him away. Ennard. He also climbs in the vent system, but unlike the animatronics in the vents, he is difficult to attack, appearing only briefly here and there when moving. He can't be seen in the vent opening, but gives himself away by making a squeaking sound before he attacks. Closing the vent door on him to send him away. Phantom Eagle will appear at random in your viewing monitor, so close the monitor or switch viewing modes to make it disappear. If left on screen for too long, Phantom Eagle will invade your office temporarily, causing audio distractions and increasing your voice meter, which can attract even more problems. Sounds like fun. Mangle makes his way through the vent system as well, but unlike the animatronics in the vents, once he reaches the vents to your office, he will never leave, and will enter your office the moment the vent door opens. The only way to stop her is to use the vent snare, which can only be active in one place at a time, forcing you to keep track of Mangle's location in the vents to ensure that the correct vent snare is active. Once in your office, Mangle will hang from the ceiling, creating audio disturbances before eventually dropping down to jump scare you. Withered Chica is the last of the 5 vent crawlers. Withered Chica can be blocked by the vent snare as well as the vent door. Unlike Ennard and the others, she gives no audio cue when she is at the door, meaning you need to track her position using the vent radar. If she reaches the vent door, she will become stuck in it, preventing you from closing it for the rest of the night. While her girth prevents Ennard, Molten Freddy, and Springtrap from passing, Mangle can still get through. While this may seem like a strategic advantage, keep in mind that Withered Chica may eventually wiggle free and jump scare you. Toy Bonnie. He sneaks in through a trapdoor to your right. There is no way to prevent him from entering your office, and your only defense is to put on your Freddy Fazbear mask to fool him. Looking directly at him will increase your effectiveness of the mask, causing him to leave a little faster. Toy Chica. She sneaks in through a trapdoor to your left, and just like Toy Bonnie, there is no way to prevent her from getting into the room. Your only defense is to put on the Freddy Fazbear mask to fool her. Toy Chica is faster than Toy Bonnie and will invade your office more often. However, she is easier to fool with the mask, especially when looking directly at her. With a Chica... Oh, sorry, I was mistaken. It's jack-o-chica. She appears on both your left and right doors at the same time. Closing either door by itself will have no effect on her. Check your cameras and view the hallways on either side of you. When jack-o-chica is fully materialized at both doors, close both doors simultaneously to cause her to disappear. Keeping your office cool will prevent her from appearing. Jack-o-chica only begins to reappear when your office overheats. Rockstar Chica. She stands outside your office waiting for her chance to jump scare you. She can approach from either side. Closing the doors will not cause her to leave. To make her leave, double-click the wet floor sign to place it in front of the door that she is standing at. This will discourage her from entering. She is afraid of slipping, and make her go away. Freddy Fazbear. He approaches from the left hall, emerging from the darkness and progressing in stages towards the door. Keep track of him on the monitor and shut the door. When he is standing in the doorway, to turn him away. So yeah, when he's at the door, or shut it. He moves faster as the building gets warmer, so try to keep him at a cool 60 degrees whenever possible. Phantom BB will appear on your viewing monitor at random. Quickly change cameras or close the monitor to avoid his jump scare. Getting jump scared by BB will cause you to black out temporarily. Phone Guy. He will call at random into your office and you will only have a brief amount of time to mute his call. If you fail to mute his call, then you will be forced to listen to the whole thing, which will aggravate you as well as any animatronic that is sensitive to the noise level. Also, the mute button will appear in unpredictable locations. He's an idiot. Nightmare Freddy. While you aren't looking, mini Freddys, or Freddles, will accumulate on your desk and around the office. Shine your flashlight to scare them away. If you let too many of them gather together, then Nightmare Freddy will be summoned, ending your night with a jump scare. Chica. She hangs out with the kitchen, being generally clumsy and knocking over lots of pots and pans. In Custom Night, the kitchen is also where the music box happens to be, which also happens to be the location of the puppets. Probably. And while Chica doesn't care if the music box is wound up or not, she can grow tired of the music selection playing. As long as you hear the pots and pans, Chica's content. If she stops making noise, however, then she has grown tired of the song, and you only have a short amount of time to change it. Don't get too eager to change the music selections though, because if you change the music while Chica is happy, then she will leave the kitchen to come get you. Once she leaves the kitchen, there is no way to make her go back. Lefty. He sits in the closet of your left hallway. He becomes more and more agitated in the office if the office becomes too noisy or too hot. This state of agitation increases slowly and will eventually end with Lefty jump scaring you. Lowering the noise won't reverse the effects, nor will reducing the temperature. And doors won't prevent Lefty from getting to you. The only way to ease his temperament is to switch on the global music box, which soothes all music box animatronics at expense of extra power being drained. Forgot to mention that. L-Chip is just a cameo mascot when he appears at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. His real passion lies in authentic Mexican cuisine. I said music. Oh my god. He isn't here to jump scare you, but he may interrupt your night with some jarringly colorful advertisements for L-Chip's Fiesta Buffet. Click skip or press enter to get rid of the invasive advertisements before you lose control of what's going on in your office. Withered Bonnie. He slips in through the trapdoor while you're viewing your monitor. You're only knowing he's there by the audio and visual disorientations he causes just by standing there ominously. You only have a short amount of time to put on the mask to ward him off. Otherwise, a jump scare is all you have to look forward to. Fun time, Chica. She isn't here to ruin your day, also. She just wants her moment in the spotlight. She will occasionally appear on your screen as though posing for the red carpet, accompanied by camera flashes, which may cause some disorientation. You'll need to learn to maneuver around your office despite these disorienting effects. Otherwise, someone else may take advantage of your confusion and crash the party. Okay, relax. Toy Freddy is retired. He sits in the parts and service room playing video games on his big screen TV. But what... Okay, so you may be wondering, what game is he playing? Why, it's Five Nights with Mr. Hugs, of course. The problem is that Toy Freddy has never been very good at video games. And if he loses his game, he will probably blame you for it. Check the parts and service cam to see how he's doing and in Five Nights with Mr. Hugs, there are 3 ways into the office, and only one door can be closed at a time. Click the cams on Toy Freddy's monitor, then be sure that the appropriate door is closed to prevent Mr. Hugs from getting into his office. If you check on Toy Freddy and see a game over screen on his... oh god. Anyway, if you check on Toy Freddy and see a game over on his screen, then that means that Mr. Hugs has already jump scared him, and now Toy Freddy is on his way to jump scare you. Once Toy Freddy has been jump scared, there will be no way to calm him down, and no way to save yourself. Okay, so Funtime Foxy, he hides behind the curtains, waiting for the show to begin. Check his stage and read the sign to see when the show time is. It will always be on the hour, but the hour will be random. For instance, that time... Okay. So, for instance, showtime may be 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., etc. Remember that time, because showtime is the exact moment when you get jump scared. There is only one way to prevent showtime, and that's by viewing the stage the moment the hour changes. If you are watching him on camera when showtime arrives, then the show will be delayed by several hours, and the sign will change as well. Each hour in game lasts exactly 45 seconds, and there is the timer visible. There is a timer visible while you play. Use this to calculate exactly when you need to be viewing Funtime Foxy's curtain to ensure that showtime never happens. Now, Blora, she will approach from either the left or the right hall, disabling all of your camera feeds as she approaches. You'll have to rely on the sound of her music to determine which side she's approaching from. And close the correct door before she reaches you. Close the door in time, and she will retreat into the darkness. Rockstar Bunny will occasionally appear in your office and is conspicuously missing his guitar. In fact, the only way to appease him is to locate his guitar on the camera system and double click on it. Fail to do this in a timely fashion and you'll lower your monitor only to be greeted with a jump scare. Rockstar Foxy, his parrot will occasionally fly through your office. And if you're able to click on it before it gets away, then Rockstar Foxy will appear in your office. While the other Foxies are here to torment you, Rockstar Foxy isn't quite as hostile, thankfully. In fact, he will probably offer a few interesting boosts to help you get through the night, which is a good thing, such as increasing your power meter, restoring your temperature to a cool 60 degrees, or soundproofing your walls for 5 seconds. However, choosing to summon Rockstar Foxy isn't without risk. If you catch him in a bad mood, he may just greet you with a jump scare and end your run. Okay, Circus Baby, Nightmare Bonnie, and Nightmare Mangle will all approach on the right hall, but each of them will only attack once per night. And they change their order to attack each night so that you won't know who to expect first. There are 2 ways to defend against them. One is to shut the right door and leave it shut for the duration of the night, which is obviously impractical as it will drain your power. The other is to purchase their plush toy from the prize corner. The prize corner has only 3 plush toys available to buy: Bonnie, Mangle, and Baby. And your funds will be very limited, so it's important to buy the characters in the order that they appear in the hall. You must use fast coins to purchase the plush toys, and there are 2 ways to accumulate them throughout the night. One way is to block the attacks of other animatronics. Each successful block earns 1 fast coin. The other way to earn fast coins is to find them on the cams and scan your mouse cursor over them to collect them. Increasing the difficulty of these characters will increase the price of their plush toys. William Afton, aka Scrap Trap. Afton has the distinction of having the simplest mechanic in the game, but also possibly the scariest. He will attack once per night only, and there will be no way of knowing in advance when this attack will happen, or if it will happen at all. He will always attack from the vent on the right wall, and when he does, there will be a violent clamoring sound in the vent and the lights will flicker. When this happens, you will only have a fraction of a second to close the vent door, or your run will end with Afton screaming in your face. Okay. As for Scrap Baby, she will only appear on the other side of your desk once per night, slouched over and appearing to be decommissioned. There will be a shock panel sitting next to her. You can shock her at any time by clicking on this button, but it will drain 1% of your power each time you do so, and it will have no effect until she is poised to attack. You must refrain from pushing the button until you notice that she has moved. Shocking her at this stage will cause her to leave your office and not return. If you fail to notice that she has moved and bring your monitor again, you'll have nothing but a jump scare to look forward to. Rockstar Freddy will stand in your office the entire night, and on occasion will activate demands on a payment of 5 fast coins. If you pay him, he will return to sleep mode. Fail to pay him in timely fashion, however, and your run will end with an angry Rockstar Freddy in your face. The problem is that fast coins might be scarce, even though it requires completing a successful animatronic jump scare block. Especially if, but it is still scarce, especially if you have other fast coin demanding animatronics in the halls. Thankfully, there is another option at your disposal. If you're running short of fast coins, or just prefer not to spend them here, just crank up the heat for a few seconds. Which will cause Rockstar Freddy to malfunction and eventually think the payment has been made. Now, the trash in the gang, I really don't understand how they work. I don't know what they do. They're just trash. That's all they are. I don't know how they could be any way, shape, or form cause any harm or distraction throughout the night. So I don't think you need to worry about that. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. And finally, Bonnie and Foxy. They're forced to share a cramped space in a single stage. Yeah, and they're pretty upset about that. Especially Bonnie. These two will take turns looking out from the curtain, but whereas Foxy will hide himself when viewed on camera, Bonnie will do the opposite and become more agitated. If Bonnie is looking out from the curtain when you view Pirate's Cove, he will take the opportunity to flash his blinding eyes and scramble the cameras, all of them, for a significant amount of time. Needless to say, losing the ability to lose your cameras for this long will most likely be a death sentence. The only way to tell who is actively looking out from Pirate's Cove is to observe a tight figurine on your desk. And when I said tight, I mean tiny. Jesus. This figurine will change from Foxy to Bonnie depending on who is active in Pirate's Cove. Not paying attention to this detail and thereby looking or not looking at Pirate's Cove at the wrong time can cost you your run. As for Foxy, he inhabits Pirate's Cove along with Bonnie, as I already explained earlier, and while you shouldn't view Pirate's Cove when Bonnie is active, it is a necessity when Foxy is. Foxy will gradually make his exit if you don't check on him regularly, and once he's out, there's no way to make him go back. He has a new trick up his sleeve to get into your office. He gets in piece by piece, and he will find any vulnerability in your office and slip in chunks of himself's arms, legs, head, torso through any open vent or open door until all of his fragments are inside. Once there, he will wait for you to pull out your monitor before putting himself back together and jump scaring you. Alright, that's all of them. I hope this is anywhere useful to you. I hope you find any of this useful. And just remember, use the Freddy mask against these two. Be sure to use the lights, use the cameras, check on the vents, use the heat to your advantage, and also use fast coins. And remember, there's also a death coin, which you can use to disintegrate most of the animatronics, with a few exceptions here and there. I hope this is anywhere useful for you who are trying to complete the ultimate custom night. I really thank you again for listening to this. Oh boy.